Good afternoon. This is Willie Bully Bill here in the Philippines, and it is afternoon here on, let's see, it's Monday. It's Monday afternoon, and it's hot, a little humid, not too bad. 94 degrees right now. We do have a breeze, which the breeze kind of picked up the beginning of the month, and we should have this kind of a breeze right through to September, so that'll be nice and enjoyable. Things I wanted to talk about today were just general things I probably don't really mention all that much. You know, how you live here as an expat, and what you experience, what you do. And I think the first thing that I want to tell you about is, I'll jump around a little bit, talk about this, that, and the other thing, but clothing. Clothing, when you come here, you don't need a lot. Shorts, tees, sandals, or as they call them here, chanillas. That's waray, which is the dialect that they speak here in this barangay or village. But yeah, I mean, yeah, or a hat, and of course an umbrella is a must. The sun, you know, I don't have a real heck of a tan here because the sun is, you know, you got to watch out. So everybody uses an umbrella, rain or shine, and you know, it's just the right thing, smart thing to do. And but it's the weather's beautiful, and that's what you need to do. So just if you plan on coming to the Philippines at all you need is shorts, t-shirts, and some sandals. That's all you need, and you'll be fine. Food. What I eat, the majority of my diet here is pork and chicken. I know that sounds funny because fish is the number one thing to eat here, and they eat every kind of fish here under the sea. So I eat fish. I just don't eat it as much as I eat pork and chicken. Chicken's my number one. But I mean, they have all kinds of food here. They make wonderful Filipino dishes. My favorite, couple of my favorites, there's many, but just a couple of them. Lumpia, which is a rolled, fried, stuffed with vegetables and or meat, and also pancit. Pancit are just noodles with vegetables. Oftentimes you'll find chicken liver in it, and like I say, vegetables. And then halo. You gotta have halo. It's a dessert here, and it's unique. And once you have it, you'll always want it. It comes in a good size mug, probably something like this. And it consists of shaved ice, condensed milk or sweetened condensed milk, or Nestle's creamer, maybe both. Ice cream, black beans, corn, cornflakes, Jello, little mini like marshmallow type things. I'm not sure if it's marshmallow or not. What else? I think that's it. I might have missed one or two things. Sounds like a strange combination, but you'll love it. You'll absolutely love. Oh, coconut's in there too. So, and of course they have, they have pizza, and you can get a burger and French fries, ice cream, cake and all that stuff, peanut butter, and peanuts are big here, so they grow peanuts, and they usually boil them. We used to have a gentleman come by with a bike, and he had his, it was set up to carry his boiled peanuts. They were always hot, they were always fresh, and he always was very generous with the amount that he gave you. For 20 pesos, nothing. So I used to get them all the time, but I haven't seen them in a while. We also have an ice cream vendor. Most of the food is the quick food. Hey guys, I'm talking to my dogs. Guys, calm down. Easy. Don't break those. Sorry about that. Yeah, things like ice cream, peanuts, even the quick snack food like lumpia, donuts, fish, of course, are all vendor foods. They come by in their bikes, and they sell their wares or their food right at your doorstep, and it's really nice. I mean, it's fresh food, and they don't charge a lot of money for it. I mean, it's most of the stuff you get 20 pesos, you get a good amount of food. Average fish, milk fish is between 130, somewhere around 130 pesos. Of course, the better fish are more. One of the fish I like is goes usually for around 250. Blue marlin is expensive, anywhere from 250 to 3. That's not really expensive. 200 to 300 pesos is not expensive. Matter of fact, when we buy it, if we can buy a few kilos of it, we usually get a few kilos of it, so we can freeze it. We're lucky enough that we have a freezer and refrigerator, so we're good that way. But yeah, and of course, fruits and vegetables. Vegetables are grown all year round here. Fruit is, seasonal, but you get different fruits throughout the season. And we have a papaya tree right now. We thought it was going to do well. You got the male and the female tree, and you don't get the big fruit from the male. You get the big fruit from the female tree. So, unfortunately, we don't have a female tree. So we're going to be cutting that one down. But we'll keep planting. That doesn't take long for them to grow. I mean, you just plant another one and hope for the best. And keep going until you finally get one. There is some property across the way here that we get papaya from all the time too, and so it's not a big deal. And of course, mango. Mango's huge, and I love mango. And there's some desserts they make here with mango in it that are unbelievable. Okay, let's move on to animals. Oh, before I do that, coconuts. Coconuts are the #1 export here, and for good reason. I mean, you can't walk 2 steps without tripping over a coconut tree. So they're everywhere. They're all around us right now. They're used for hundreds of different purposes. And we use them all the time. We eat a lot of coconut. And I just wanted to throw that in there because it is the #1 export here. All right, let's go to animals. Animals, dangerous animals in the Philippines. Yeah, there's probably the most dangerous are the Philippine cobra and a couple of other um, very venomous snakes. We had one in the backyard here a few months ago, and of course the few people in the area tried to track it down and kill it because they are deadly. Um, they never found it. It slithered off and they never saw it again. So it's something you have to watch out for. Like I said, that's the first snake that I've seen around here. I know they're all around us all the time, but you don't see them. Matter of fact, we went to a gathering at one point where there was a young man playing with a stick, and he noticed a tree snake up above us, and he grabbed that tree snake and played with it for a while, and then he killed it. So anyway, other things like dogs and cats, and now dogs can be dangerous here. There's many dogs. They're everywhere, and many times, the majority of the time, they are not vaccinated. So these dogs are dangerous, and they're not like your American pets where you can just go up to any dog and pet it. Not here. These dogs are territorial. They don't necessarily all like humans. When they get into a pack, which is often, you'll want to stay clear of them and not get aggressive with them or anything. Now, on the other hand, we have pets. I mean, we have 2 dogs ourselves, and they're treated quite differently than the majority of dogs. Most of the dogs in the village or in the Philippines have to fend for themselves. They're disease prone because of it, because they have to fend for themselves. Malnutrition, mange, parvo, all very common here. So we have our dogs separated from all the other dogs. They don't interact with all the other dogs, just so they still stay healthy. And we do have a vet. And matter of fact, tomorrow Race gets his second whatever that thing is. I can't think of the name of it now. Distemper. Second round of distemper shot, and he's already been wormed. Henry is going to get dewormed tomorrow, and that's a 2-stage process. He'll get half a pill tomorrow, and then 2 weeks from tomorrow he'll get the other half, and then in another month he'll get his first distemper, and they'll both get 3 of those total, and then it goes to an annual shot. So they're lucky in that respect. Most of the people, they can't afford a veterinarian, so it is what it is. So anyway, cats, caribou, goats, chickens, roosters, pigs, and one of my most annoying insects. What do we have a lot here of? We have a lot of mosquitoes. We have a lot of ants. And we have cockroaches. So, mosquitoes, not my most annoying. They are annoying, but they're not my most annoying. My most annoying insect is ants. Um, there's a million different kinds. They're everywhere. Um, and, you know, I have them on me every single day because I spend a lot of time out here in the shed house and mostly outside, you know, and they drop on you and they climb on you and they're everywhere. So the majority of them aren't a problem other than ending up on your body. But the ones that are biting are terrible, terrible. And I go through stretches. It's really weird. I'll go through stretches of time, long periods of time, where I won't get bit at all. And then I'll go through a period of time where I'll get 3, 4, 5 bites all at the same time. And they itch much worse than a mosquito, much worse. And they last a lot longer, and they leave a mark on you. So, yeah, those are my most annoying. Let's go to people. The Filipino people are happy, respectful, fun-loving people. They care deeply about their families. They all have large families. And they'll share with you. They'll talk to you. Second language here in the Philippines is English. And what I find out here in the barangay, in the provinces, I don't live in the cities, I live in the provinces. We live on the third largest island in Samar, eastern Samar to be exact. So you'll get a lot of people that don't speak English in the barangays in the provinces. Many of them do because what happens is they'll go to school, they'll go to the universities in Manila, and they'll learn English, and they learn it very, very well. I'm lucky to have a nephew that lives right next door from me that speaks very good English, and so it's nice to talk to him and converse with him, and he's very, very helpful to us. Like I said, the people are wonderful here. He'll do anything for me. All I have to do is ask, and he tells me that, make sure I know. 99.9% of the time, you don't have to ask anyone anything here. They'll just do it for you. They see you doing something you may need help with, but don't ask. They'll come and ask if you want some help. That's just the way they are. And you know, when I go here or I go there or we go to functions or whatever, the kids will come up to you and show you respect by taking your hand and putting it up to their forehead, and the response to that is bless you. They're just showing respect, and they call you Po when they show respect. That's also a sign of respect. What else? Like I said, fun-loving. Celebrations. You name an event, a life event, and there's a celebration for it. So, and here, you just go to the person's house, and you call them, and you have your conversation. Usually you're being invited to something, or they want to visit, they want to talk for a little while, or you know, whatever. But they don't knock on the door, they just, you know, holler out for you. And you can pretty much, I mean, these are concrete, most of them are concrete or other structures that, you know, are not soundproof, so you can hear everything pretty well. And yeah, and that's the way it is here with the people. It's just a wonderful relationship, especially here in the barangay. I am not a city guy. I like it quiet. I like it. Low key, easy living. City's just, too much noise, too many people. Um, just a whole different ball of wax. So anyway, food, drinking, karaoke, number one. Karaoke's the number one entertainment here. I wasn't here too long before I made that investment and bought a nice karaoke machine. And we have people over all the time, and we go over other people's all the time. And when you go out, if you go out to a venue or whatever, there's always karaoke. You go to the beach, you can rent a karaoke. People use their phones for karaoke. It's insane. It's just, but I love it. I fell in love with it, and now I'm addicted to it, and it doesn't matter whether you can sing or not, you're going to have a good time. So anyway, moving on, transportation. 3 basic modes of transportation besides walking. A trike, which is a motorcycle with an attached enclosure on it that they load up. I mean, you can fit 5 people in these things. They might be hanging off of it, but they're going to get on there. And they're cheap. And I can't give you a distance, but just from a few barangays away from here, it might cost you 30 pesos, so it's insane. It's really good. So you got the trike, you got bicycles, and then you have vans for the longer trips that you're going to take. Like when we go to town, when we do go to the city, our nearest city here is Tacloban, not nearly as big as Manila, not even close, but it is the city and the only city close enough to us to take a van ride. And we go there to get things that you just can't get in the provinces, like the electronics and all that stuff, certain foods. If you want to go out to eat, there was a couple of places here, but since this COVID thing, those people have either gone back to their home country that opened up that business, and others have just not open for safety reasons here in the Philippines. I must say they are misinformed, underinformed. They don't have anything to compare anything to because they're only told one thing. So they don't. So they don't know that there's 2 sides of the story. They only get told one side. So anyway, not too much more about that. So a van, when you go to the city, it costs us 3,000 pesos. That's 60 bucks. So that's really nothing. And there's a lot of services around, but we happen to have a guy that we know, young man that we know, and he treats us right. And he carries all the stuff that we buy. They'll carry it out to the van, put it in the van, and make room. And sometimes we buy too much, and we buy large items. For instance, I bought a generator, quite a large generator, a 5500. It didn't fit in the back of the van. He unscrewed the seat from the frame of the van and moved the seat forward so he could fit the generator in. I mean, that's going the extra mile right there, and I made sure I took care of him for that because that was a lot of work for him. And, he thought nothing of it. He just did it, and it was great. The last but not least thing I want to talk about today is housing in the area. basically get two kinds of housing here in the barangay. Simple structure, bamboo and different kinds of wood and whatnot, um, to a concrete structure. Anywhere from a very large home to a moderate home. Uh, we were lucky enough to come here and figure out what we wanted. Actually, Adele came here first by herself. We live in the barangay that she was brought up in. So well, I'm very lucky. I have family all around me. Um, but she came here and she found a plot of land and, hi buddy, she found a plot of land and figured out what she wanted. And, um, our brother-in-law and his crew built a house, built a concrete structure, 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, large living room, large dining room, large kitchen. Actually, we added on the kitchen just this year. We had a kitchen dining room kind of combination. It's plenty big enough, but I cook a lot of fish here, and I wanted a separate area for that. So we built on a huge addition, so it's a giant kitchen where they cook all the fish and do all the cooking now. And there's a door that separates the house from the kitchen, so the smell doesn't get into the house. So that's nice. And then of course we have the shed house, which is where I'm talking to you from right now. Hello, how are you?
Fine.
Good. And we're always surrounded by flowers and trees and just beautiful, beautiful landscape. One thing you're going to want here, if you decide that this is someplace you want to live, is a generator. Brownouts are very, very common. You can usually count on, if not every weekend, every other weekend, one of those days, usually Saturday, you're not going to have any electricity all day. And sometimes there might be, it doesn't happen often, but it might be another day during the week for a period of time. It's not usually all day. And then in little interim things, I mean, it might go out for an hour, might go out for 20 minutes, might go out for 5 minutes. Sporadically, you never know when. You never know when it's coming back on. So I usually don't start up the generator other than on a weekend when it goes out, because I know that's going to be a long day, and my generator will run on a tank of diesel for 8.5 hours. So what I'll do is I'll wait. It usually goes off at 6 o'clock sharp, and I'll wait as long as I can. You know, it's 7, 8 o'clock, depending upon what we're doing, what we got planned, if we need electricity. But I usually wait, and then I might even shut it off, and we'll go to the beach, spend the day at the beach, and that saves a lot right there too. And in the barangays, well pumps are everywhere. They're on every corner. You know, you just grab your container, you go down there and you fill it up. You know, as well as you have, there's 2 suppliers of mineral water here now, so we can get nice fresh mineral water. I found the best thing for me, I'm very sensitive to the water and what's in it. I found for me that it's best that I buy the mineral water and I boil it, and then I put it in the fridge and I drink that. I usually don't. I try not to drink the water outside of the house, because they're not going to you know, they're not going to boil the water. They're just going to drink it. Sometimes I can't avoid it. Sometimes I have to have it, but I won't drink any other but mineral water, and very little of it outside the house. I guess that's it for now. There's plenty more I want to talk about, but I don't want to keep the video too long. It's already too long. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was informative, and I'm going to use this video. I'm going to send this one out just like it is, raw. But I'm going to use this video to start my education in editing. So I don't know how long that's going to take. It's probably going to be a while. It usually takes me 3 times longer than anybody else to do anything. So I look forward to that, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. You all take care now. All right. Bye-bye.